There's a rumor going around. It's kind of, I always say this, that Donnie Depp Joker rumor is probably like D plus, like F tier. This is like C plus, maybe almost B tier. I'll give it B tier. We'll go that route. That M.O.D.O.K may be appearing in Ant-Man. We don't know too much of specifics. We don't know how much big a role. And I think the key word, though, was used appearing or has a part in Ant-Man 3. So to me, I took that as if this rumor is true. And I think there's some. I think this has a good shot happening. But if it's true, I took it as the way people were phrasing it. He would be a villain or a side character, but not the main villain. And I think that makes a lot of sense. The MCU is about to get super weird. Okay, we're about to get She-Hulk. We're about to get Moon Knight. We're getting Skrulls all over the place. We're getting what else are we getting? We're getting U.S. Agent. We're getting some deep cuts right now. Some deep cups. Deep cup here. Deep cup there. We're getting some deep cuts, and I think he is someone visually. We have the technology now. I think somebody in the MCU style of their humor and their playfulness and what they do with their villains. And if he was a side villain or maybe like a one villain for Ant-Man to fight, I think that would work. And out of all the movies, I've always gone, I think we're going to see M.O.D.O.K, but where would he fit? Because I feel like you throw him in an Avengers movie, it might be, I guess you could make him a side thing, but I just feel like he's not, of course, many villains have fought the Avengers, but I just feel like, I don't know if he's there. And I feel like sometimes those stakes are so high, it's not going to be that unless they really go for it. But I think with M.O.D.O.K, you got to take a more comedic Justin Hammer route. So you're not going to see him in a Captain America, I don't think, because it's a bit too serious. Thor doesn't really fit in Iron Man. I'm just going off MCU movies. But even other ones, like Thor's still around, Doctor Strange, no. Black Panther, no. I don't want to see if they're tackling like serious race issues. All of a sudden he's fighting this big guy. If you don't know who M.O.D.O.K is, search up. He's a big computer. He's a floating chair computer, and his whole face is it. And his face is large, and his whole face is his body, and he has little arms, and Taylor loves his little legs, and they're kicking around. The biggest thing is, I think Ant-Man 3 is the perfect spot to put him because they're already talking about AIM, I believe, in the last movie and talking about just like some clients and whatnot. So they're kind of doing some like really techie stuff so you could figure out and do this whole story about this human robot man floating guy in Ant-Man 3. And you know why? Because it's two words, ladies and gentlemen. Two words that sell this. That make this the perfect place to put M.O.D.O.K. I'll make it 3. Paul fucking Rudd. Paul Rudd can sell this better than I think any of the other MCU actors were. Because in Ant-Man, he's always like, he calls out the thing. It's lampshading, right? If there is, let's say I'm filming a movie and there was like, I was being very obvious about a character's motivations, or something was happening where something was really cliche happening, but in the movie I called it out and I said, "Oh, well, this is happening because of this lampshading." So it's like you're calling out the problem to make it seem like, "Oh, this is meant to happen. Like this is not a cliche. We're doing this on purpose." So it like gives a pass, like, "Oh, see that they're being tongue in cheek. They're even though it's a generic plot or a generic storyline, they know it is." So we get the pass. He does that in the movie as like a character, not in a way where I'm saying where it hurts the movie. He does that in a way where it's like, we can't do this. Like, oh, we're doing this because, well, this is the best route, or we kind of have to. Like, we robbed this bank because it was a bad choice, but you know what? We think it was a good one because at the end of the day, we don't mind if the cops catch us. We want, like, I'm giving some terrible examples here, but that's what he does, right? He's always questioning things. He's always making things seem completely out of the realm of possibility possible. And even Ant-Man, the very first one we got in the MCU, it was still newer, and it's about getting and shrinking that whole world. He sold it with the science, and you could see like Scott, Michael Douglas talking about this is M.O.D.O.K, and this is what he does, and him selling M.O.D.O.K and his face. Just imagine Paul Rudd's face when he sees M.O.D.O.K. Oh boy! So I think it's true. I think it's gonna happen. I'm so thrilled because he can't be a main hero or a main villain, but that's what I love about the MCU is I wish in the DC when they were doing those, someone made a good suggestion in Justice League when Batman takes down that robber. Someone's like, why isn't that just Clock King or some random villain where it's just like, let's just have a guy who's never gonna. Why couldn't it be Scarface with the puppet, right? The ventriloquist. Why, like, just make it somebody that you're never gonna see a ventriloquist movie, but put him in the movie. Have that's really fun, and that's what I think this could be. Who could play him? I got no idea because they're doing all those other Hulu Marvel shows got canceled except for that Patton Oswalt M.O.D.O.K one. Pat Oswalt was kind of perfect, and everyone had kind of thrown out Peter Dinklage before, but he's in the MCU. Obviously, there's other actors that have been playing different roles in the MCU, but still, I always like to go with the comic virgin route. I don't know what you go. I don't know if you get a very serious actor that would seeing them in that position would make it funny, kind of like when Anthony Hopkins was, playing like Loki being Odin. That was I enjoyed that. I didn't enjoy the storyline what happened, but I liked his little quirks and him acting like Tom Hiddleston. So do you get a serious actor to kind of cheese it up a little bit, or do you go on for a full comedian, someone that's just going to chew the scenery, like somebody like Al Pacino in Devil's Advocate? You know what? Make it Al Pacino. I don't think it fits because M.O.D.O.K to me is like really nerdy and whatnot. But Al Pacino somehow he loves Guardians too. He likes a lot of the Marvel movies, but he was talking about how he loved Guardians too. So that could be it. But you need watch Devil's Advocate first. But you need someone like Al Pacino to really get in there and I'm M.O.D.O.K. Like I don't know if we need the hoo-ah, but just he's like he's like crazy. I'm trying to. You need Tim Robbins from Howard the Duck. Check out Patreon. We did a Howard the Duck retrospective on the dollar tier. You can get that 8 months early. That's a good deal. You're going to get lots of other stuff too. This month, Mortal Kombat is coming out. The commentary track. In a few months, Spider-Man 2002 one is. We're doing BVS, so lots of good stuff. But let me know in the comments below who would you cast? Would you want to go comedic actor? Would you want to go someone serious? Is there anyone that to you is like the perfect M.O.D.O.K that you need to see in that chair and you need to see those little legs? And are you excited? Are you someone that goes, that's not going to work on screen? I think for me, when I saw the Endgame battle, I went, anything can now work in the MCU and on screen. So